I'm Randy Renner at Salvation Army headquarters, where the Salvation Army is ready to feed hundreds of Oklahoma's needy. I'll have a live report.
A special counsel resigns after being reprimanded.
And there's some good news for state budget planners.
Details on those stories and much more next on Newsline 9 at noon.
Join us.
KWTV 9, the spirit of Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma's news leaders, Mitch Jelniker, Kerry Robertson, and Gary Lezak with the weather. This is Newsline 9.
Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at TV9. Good afternoon, I'm Sheila Hyland. Carrie has the day off.
Thank you for sharing part of your Thanksgiving with us. And on this Thanksgiving Day, many Oklahomans are helping feed the less fortunate. One of the places serving free Thanksgiving dinner is the Salvation Army. Newsline 9's Randy Renner is at the Salvation Army and joins us now with a live report. Randy?
Well, Mitch, as you know, this has been going on for many, many years in Thanksgiving Day dinner. Major Ralph Morrill with the Salvation Army is with us. And Major Morrill, this year there's something also a little bit different. In addition to dinner, folks are allowed to make some phone calls here.
Yes, we have Cellular One here, and they're allowing people to call anywhere they want to in the continental United States. It's between Cellular One and AT&T. AT&T is giving the long-distance lines, and Cellular One, of course, is giving the airtime. And they can call home someone they haven't talked to in a long time.
This is one of many projects the Salvation Army is involved in as we get into the Christmas season, I guess.
Why not?
Thank you, Randy. A big Thanksgiving feast is getting underway here at TV9. About 200 guests are expected. This morning, KWTV personnel and volunteers were getting our production studio ready for a hungry crowd. For the last several years, TV9 has hosted a Thanksgiving Day dinner for those who have no permanent home. This year, our guests will be coming from the Downtown Baptist Mission and the Jesus House Ministry. They'll eat their fill-on food donated by Garfield's in conjunction with William E. Davis and Wilson Foods. We expect a merry time will be had by all. And later in the newscast, we'll give you a list of some of the other places serving free Thanksgiving meals. Mitch?
Newsline 9 learned yesterday the special prosecutor in the David Walters loan case was sharply reprimanded by a federal court for filing a frivolous appeal. Robert Alexander has since stepped down from his job as prosecutor. Newsline 9's Jennifer Reynolds broke the story and has details.
Robert Alexander was appointed late last month by Governor Bellman. He could face as a special prosecutor in such a controversial case.
I'm confident that the method in which I conduct myself will mute any criticism.
But it wasn't the way Alexander handled the Walters case that became a concern to the governor's office. It was a ruling by a panel of judges at the 10th Circuit Federal Appeals Court in Denver. They blasted Alexander for his handling of what judges called a frivolous and confused appeal. Though the judges in the 10th Circuit decided not to sanction Alexander because of a technicality.
Pro wrestling played a part in the death of an 8-month-old boy earlier this month. Brandon Stoner died from injuries he suffered after his 5-year-old brother, an avid wrestling fan, body slammed him. Police say the older boy had no idea what he was doing and could hurt his brother. No charges will be filed in the case.
While an AIDS-infected child in Wagner has ripped that town apart, folks in Morris point out it doesn't have to be that way. Since the first of the school year, an 11-year-old boy there has been attending classes with no opposition from a community fully aware of his condition.
Of course, the reaction at first was concern, like everyone has been concerned. But after, again, going through...
Budget. The estimate shows about $75 million new dollars will be added.
Assume that the Oklahoma economy is now in a firming out period, that we, in fact, will be entering a period of very slow, spotty recovery as opposed to the decline that we've been experiencing for the past few years.
It's expected next year's budget will be about 3% larger than this year's. Nearly half of the new money has nothing to do with the economy. Instead, the money comes from changes in federal tax laws, which means Oklahomans will pay more in state income taxes.
I don't know if I like that.
Good and bad there.
There's still a lot more ahead on Newsline 9 at noon.
Gary says a winter storm is approaching in the northwest part of our state.
How one woman is changing the lives of many.
Chicagoans mourn the death of their mayor.
And a tense Thanksgiving in Atlanta. And it could last a long, long time. Cuban inmates holding 28 hostages say they're not giving up unless the federal government drops its plan to deport thousands of prisoners back to Havana. Earlier, the inmates said they would accept deportation, but not to Cuba. It was hoped some hostages would be released as a measure of good faith, but it didn't happen.
We've seen several of them. We've received enough assurances from them that we're confident they're, well, continually. They continually feed up information that they
Arrived on the scene of the Atlanta prison uprising. Cuban inmates there continue to hold more than 90 people hostage. Last night, an FBI SWAT team rushed the Atlanta detention center. It turned back an attempt by Cuban inmates to seize yet another cell block. Intercepted radio transmissions indicate shots.
We'll switch live via News Star 9 to Michael Putney. And Michael, any new developments to tell us about today?
Mitch, probably the most important development as far as we're concerned is the fact that for the first time in 48 hours, somebody has come out from the prison and has briefed reporters about what's going on inside. About 2 hours ago, an FBI agent and an executive with the Justice Department came out. They said that the negotiations are going on inside, sometimes on the phone, sometimes in person. We don't know how things are going. The last time the warden talked with us, he said they were at a stalemate. The positive news, the good news is they are still talking. One of those spokesmen, in fact, just came by about 90 seconds ago. He said that in a few minutes, 39 Cuban detainees and 1 American are going to be loaded into a bus, which is now at the front.
The Cuban inmates themselves are divided among themselves. Is that true?
Yes, it certainly is true. Part of that separation is physical. This is a huge facility. These 1,400 or so Cuban detainees who remain inside are scattered through the buildings that were not burned down on Monday. They are talking to each other on walkie-talkies that once belonged to the guards. The guards, of course, are the hostages. They're talking to each other, but we can hear them arguing with each other also on those walkie-talkies. There is not unanimity here by any means.
Okay, Michael Putney, thanks for joining us live via News Star 9 from Atlanta. Well, Palestinians in Lebanon are bracing themselves for possible retaliation by Israel. The reprisal would be for an attack on an Israeli army camp. 2 Arab guerrillas used hang gliders to attack the camp in the northern part of the country. One of the guerrillas made it to the camp and killed 6 soldiers before he was gunned down and killed himself. 7 other soldiers were wounded. Both the guerrillas died in the attack. 2 Palestinian troops, or groups I should say, are claiming responsibility.
Flags are flying half-staff today for Harold Washington, Chicago's first black mayor. The 65-year-old Washington died yesterday of a massive heart attack. In worship services last night, Chicagoans mourned his death. Only hours before, Washington had hosted a groundbreaking ceremony. A team of heart specialists struggled for 2 hours to revive him. News of his death was overwhelming.
I think it's a tragedy what's happened today. I think that the city was really starting to come together around the mayor.
I'm very shocked. I'm very shocked. It's like the mayor, I can't believe it.
Washington's candidacy and his term in office was marred by racially divided politics. Under city law, Vice Mayor David Orr becomes the temporary successor, but experts predict that transition of power will be no less controversial than Harold Washington himself.
And we hope to return to some brighter news in a moment as Gary Lezak will have the weather for us.
So stay with us.
There are unconfirmed reports today. At least 200 people were killed when Typhoon Nina slammed into the Luzon Island in the Philippines. Winds of up to 130 miles an hour swept away shanties and knocked down power and phone lines. Thousands are said to be homeless now. This is the most powerful typhoon to hit the nation in 6 years.
My goodness.
Yes.
That's
Not
terrible.
good.
No hurricanes here.
No, but I heard you talk about winter weather a little earlier.
That's true. We have a very strong winter storm approaching Oklahoma. It's going to begin to affect us. So if you're traveling to the west or northwest, there will be some problems by tonight, especially if you're heading out to Amarillo or Dodge City or up to Denver. A lot of snow beginning to fall in the western Texas Panhandle and extreme western Kansas, and that is slowly spreading eastward. Right now, our temperature in Oklahoma City, 42 degrees on this Thanksgiving Day. The wind's northeast at 14 miles per hour. And that gives us a wind chill factor of 26. So it certainly feels a little on the wintry side this morning. And in western Oklahoma, especially northwest and panhandle sections, it's going to really be wintertime by tonight and tomorrow. No rainfall indicated on radar, but it's just too light to be detected by radar. Very, very light, misty drizzle falling across much of Oklahoma. Temperatures right now, temperature statistics, records 81 and 13 degrees this morning, 40, 42. That's all we've gotten up to so far today. And the normals are 56 and 34 degrees. Now, temperatures across the state in the 40s and 50s and a couple 30s in the extreme northwest. 50 degrees, though, in Sallisaw, 46 in McAllister. We do have cloudy skies over the entire state. The winds are out of the northeast, making it feel a little chilly out there. 38 degrees right now in the Gage Woodward area. On our satellite shot, here comes the storm system. You can see it right in here. It's rotating around over the Four Corners region. It's moving slowly eastward and will move across the Texas Panhandle and northwestern Oklahoma. Where it moves exactly will show us how much snow actually will fall. And right now, west of Amarillo through Tucumcari, right now in Tucumcari, snowing, 32 degrees. If you're wondering about Denver, 2-hour flight delays in the Denver area. So if you have people coming in from out of town this morning out through Denver, there will be some delays. Rain and drizzle across Oklahoma, but this snow that is increasing, and the storm is just now beginning to hit the moisture, so the snow should begin to spread eastward, and by tonight, the snow will spread all the way across the Texas Panhandle into northwestern Oklahoma, western Kansas, and Colorado, and there will be some very heavy snowfall accumulations. Look at these accumulations now. 18 inches of snow in the mountains, 10 inches of snow from Amarillo to west of Gage through maybe even up to Dodge City, about 10 inches, and 4 inches of snow possible in the Gage, Woodward area up to near Buffalo, and there could even be more than that. But most of the state will see rain. As this storm moves eastward later on tomorrow, the snow will spread all the way into western 1/4 of Oklahoma, and maybe even into central sections of the state. So quite a Thanksgiving storm system, the way it looks like at this time. And I don't see any accumulations here in central Oklahoma, but don't be surprised if by tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, we see a few flakes of snow coming down even in central sections of the state. And the thunderstorms will remain to the east, so no severe weather threat with this storm. Traveling out west by Saturday and Sunday should be good. 40 degrees tomorrow for a high in Albuquerque, 67 in Phoenix, 70 degrees in Los Angeles, and the rains will continue in the eastern part of the country tomorrow as well, but no wintry weather in the northeast. 5-day forecast. 45 degrees today, a 30% chance of rain, measurable rain that is. We will have drizzle most of the day. And then a 90% chance of rain tomorrow, possibly mixed with or changing the snow before it ends tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And still a slight chance Saturday, then warming up. There's the best news. Sunday, 50 degrees. Monday, 51. Here's the forecast. For the state today, cloudy with snow developing in the northwest 1/4. Rain elsewhere. Northeast winds 10 to 20 and highs 36 to 53. For tonight, expect heavy snow northwest, 4 to 6 inches possible around Gage, Woodward, and Buffalo up there. Rain elsewhere and lows 29 to 46. And for tomorrow, snow west and north with rain in the east and highs 32 to 49. And for Oklahoma City, 45 today with rain developing. Tonight, rain likely and 35. Tomorrow, rain, maybe snow, 40 degrees.
Maybe snow.
Too bad it didn't snow today.
I know.
Be a nice Thanksgiving treat, wouldn't it?
That's a great day to be inside and eat a lot of food, which I'll be doing pretty soon.
We hope so.
Watch some football. Yeah.
Right.
Right. No morning show tomorrow,
That's
by the
right.
way. We got the day off, so I get to sleep in a little bit. But Monday morning, we will return.
That's right.
Be back bright and early at 6 a.m. Thank you, Gary. Well, Thanksgiving is more than picking out on food and pigskins.
And we'll look at the colorful side of the holiday next. Thanksgiving, of course, is a day for family gatherings and turkey eating, but it's also one of the biggest parade days of the year. Probably one of the most famous is the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. This year's version included 13 marching bands, 20 floats, and 10 giant balloons, some as high as 6 stories. This was the 61st Macy's Parade, and as usual, was watched by millions of people. Now, making their debut at the event this year were Spider-Man, and, of course, Ronald McDonald.
And thousands of Oklahomans this Thanksgiving can't afford to eat, but volunteers are giving up part of their Thanksgiving to help feed the needy. Here is a list of some of the places providing free Thanksgiving meals. Well, the stock market and the Oklahoma National Stockyards, of course, are closed today in observance of Thanksgiving. That means we don't have to read all those numbers today.
That's right. I want to mention quickly that the Med Plus facilities around the city are collecting canned items, food, so forth, because there are still needy people who won't have a Thanksgiving without your help, and so they would appreciate any donations.
Good thought on Thanksgiving. We'll be right back.
One thing we should be giving thanks for today is the way some Oklahomans make a difference in the lives of our children. As Jack Bowen tells us, by doing that, one Oklahoma woman is building a better future for all of us.
Putnam City Central Intermediate School has something to soften winter's chill. School counselor Penny Poe.
I love you. I love you. I'm a big man here. I love you. Off you go.
Not only does Penny give the children warm feelings about themselves,
Thank you. I love you. Bye-bye.
she also encourages them to bring the warm clothes.
It'll be nice and warm for the weather. Guys, these ladies and their kids can really use this food.
Penny's generosity is multiplied through students she's touched in the past, like John Jensen and Casey Cupp, who are part of a drive at Putnam City North High School to collect Thanksgiving food for the needy.
Come on in.
Casey remembers Penny this way.
Loving everybody. Always cares about everyone, no matter what they are.
Penny supplied the names of families needing help, in this case, the mother of 2 students at her school.
They're just so generous.
So the love Penny instills in young people gets passed on, echoing a song she places in their minds and hearts.
Thank you very much, Betty.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, be thankful for the good things that you got.
Why?
The good things that you got are for many just a dream. So be thankful for the good things that you got.
Times may be hard in Oklahoma, but the hearts aren't hard at all.
Wow. That's all the time for us. We'll see you again at 6.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hairstyles for the Channel 9 News team furnished by Logsdon Hair Designers.